Tonight at 6, how the Kent State community came together and celebrated Earth Day with music, booths, and learning experiences.
The Florida Attorney General opened an investigation into ChatGPT's developer. The details on why and the company's response.
As the ceasefire with Iran extends, the war continues to escalate. All of these stories and more as Kent Stater TV starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Wednesday evening, Portage County, and welcome back to Kent Stater TV. I'm Lexi Blatnick.
And I'm Sophia Lena. Thank you for joining us, and happy Earth Day!
Speaking of Earth Day, Kent State held their own kind of community event, and our very own Amanda Nishelli was there.
Hi Amanda, what can you tell us?
Hi guys. With more than 56 years of tradition, the Earth was celebrated today, and students gathered at the K to learn more about sustainable habits.
Sustainability accessible to students.
EarthFest transformed campus into a center for sustainability with a shared goal of protecting the planet with options and activities for everybody.
Whether you're interested in transportation, energy, art, engineering, there's activities for everyone. They can learn from other organizations how to get involved on campus and then stay involved in whatever areas of sustainability they are interested in.
While sometimes sustainability can feel like something distant, even the little ones could be spotted trying to learn more about the Earth and how their actions affect it.
While there are a lot of big things that are out of our control, whether it be through corporations or through government actions, we do have decisions that we make throughout the day that could affect us or the people around us or the environment.
But effort to change everyday choices does not go unnoticed, and simple habits can turn into lasting routines.
People do a lot of different things in their daily lives where they don't even realizing they're doing sustainability habits, like bringing their own reusable water bottle, bringing your own reusable bag, or taking alternative forms of transportation. So just to keep these habits up, or find ways to engage with the organizations that are there that will show them ways to go deeper.
The festival allows students to learn about sustainability and how to make an environmental impact beyond today, while still having fun and getting to connect with the campus community.
If they would just pick one thing to do and do it consistently, and each year add maybe one more thing to help the environment.
Celebrations have just ended, but if you missed out, don't worry. They will be back next year on April 22nd. For KSTV News, I'm Amanda Nishelli.
Thank you, Amanda. Hundreds of people lined up yesterday at Ohio State to attend the Turning Point USA event. The conservative nonprofit organization founded by late Charlie Kirk hosted the state governor candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. In his speech, the candidate promised to every Ohioan lower costs, bigger paychecks, and better schools. The event also gave students the opportunity to ask questions to the speaker, which dozens lined up for.
Welcome to your Wednesday weather forecast. I'm your weather anchor, Lila Hughes. Let's first start off with it being Earth Day. What a glorious day to celebrate Earth Day with a 77-degree day, partly cloudy, UV index high. If you are smart, you would be on Manchester Field right now, tanning, laying out. Oh my gosh, I would be there right now if I could. The wind, 5 miles an hour, not too bad. It's going to make that 77 degrees feel so calm and lovely. If we look into the hourly forecast, you can see 8 p.m., 68 degrees, comes a little bit chillier, but still upper 60s, very nice. 10 p.m., 62 degrees, still upping the chance of rain, not by much. So if you're going out late tonight, don't bring a rain jacket. You're not going to need it. You might not even need a jacket at all, because as we get into 12 a.m., it's going to be 59 degrees, a little bit chilly, but still very nice. And as we look into tomorrow, we can see it's almost going to be like Groundhog's Day, because I'm at like 77 degrees, partly cloudy, beautiful. And that sunset time is 8:13, a minute later than today. It's pretty nice. And that is all that I have for right now. Stay tuned to see the surrounding temperatures of Ohio and the extended weekly forecast. Back to Sophia and Lexi at the desk.
Thank you, Lila. Just hours after President Donald Trump extended the ceasefire with Iran, its Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps seized 2 ships. CNN's Brian Abel has the latest in Washington.
Iran's Revolutionary Guard say they've seized 2 ships in the Strait of Hormuz and moved them to Iranian waters, while Iran state media says a 3rd Greek-owned vessel is now disabled off Iran's coast after reportedly being targeted by the IRGC. The claim's not independently verified, but the UK's Maritime Traffic Organization previously said 2 container ships were hit by fire.
Now they are basically a bargaining chip for the Iranians. They're coming into these potential talks with ships in their possession.
The escalations come hours after the ceasefire deadline between the U.S. and Iran was set to expire. But by Tuesday afternoon, President Donald Trump announced he would extend the ceasefire at the request of Pakistan until Iran submits a proposal and talks conclude, quote, one way or the other, calling Iran's government seriously fractured following the U.S.'s targeted attacks on leadership.
The problem is that through these decapitation campaigns and the fact that Mujtaba is seriously injured, there isn't a final decider.
Trump didn't offer a new deadline, though sources say he plans to give Iran a limited time frame for a unified proposal. While the ceasefire continues with the ball now in Iran's courts and a resolution unclear.
I think we're at a very precarious position, and it could go either way, really.
The U.S. says it will continue its naval blockade of Iranian vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, action that Tehran says must end before Iran will negotiate. In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
Gas prices are holding steady as the ceasefire continues. According to AAA, the regular is averaging $4.02, and White House representatives are hopeful that the prices will go down soon.
I think the conflict will end. I think gasoline prices will come back to where they were or perhaps lower. As they did, President Trump has shown that he is good at getting energy prices down.
Now, even though gas prices are steady, oil prices appear to be still on the rise. The numbers significantly increased from Tuesday, with global benchmark Brent crude fluctuating close to $100 a barrel and WTI roughly around $90. This follows the Iranian attack against container ships and Trump's ceasefire extension announcement yesterday, continuing the U.S. blockage in the Strait of Hormuz.
And if you're taking to the skies for a summer trip, you may notice a price hike. United Airlines is raising its airfare as much as 20%. CEO Scott Kirby says jet fuel prices are soaring, which are now passed on to passengers. He also says demand has remained strong, which means flyers are willing to pay the price. But Kirby also said prices likely won't come back down even if oil prices decline.
Sheila Sheriff Phyllis McCormick resigned this Tuesday from the U.S. House of Representatives, preventing a high-stake voting process that could lead to her being forced out of Congress. Previously found guilty of several ethics violations, including stealing millions in pandemic relief funds for her 2021 campaign. In a statement, the Florida Democrat says she's innocent and called her accusations a witch hunt.
On Capitol Hill, FBI Director Kash Patel is defending himself after The Atlantic published an article that alleged over an excessive drinking and unexplained absences at the agency.
Listen to the fake news mafia. This FBI director has been on the job twice as many days as every director before me. I've never been intoxicated on the job, and that is why we filed a $250 million defamation lawsuit.
The Atlantic article published on Friday under the title, quote, "The FBI Director is MIA," unquote, discussed Patel's behavior while leading the FBI. Interim Attorney General Todd Blanchie stood by Patel and said the article was blatantly false. The White House also denied the allegations, saying that, quote, "Director Patel remains a critical player on the administration's law and order team." However, Democrats are asking Director Patel to fill out a screening test, saying the alleged behavior could hurt the U.S. national security.
Now in Virginia, voters this Tuesday headed to the polls to vote on a new congressional map that could dramatically change the state's political landscape and, if approved, favors Democrats in the U.S. House elections.
I think they thought that Virginia was out of play, but yesterday's results shows that we're a purple state. We were able to bring this close without money, but close, we still lost, but we're going to win ultimately in the courts.
More than 1 million voters casted ballots ahead of Tuesday. If approved, the new map would give Democrats the chance to flip 4 Republican-held seats, giving the party control of 10 of Virginia's 11 House districts. Supporters argue changes are needed, but critics say the map abandons nonpartisan redistricting principles.
Florida's Attorney General is investigating OpenAI and its involvement in last year's Florida State University shooting that left 2 dead and injured 6. The AG alleges the suspected gunman asked ChatGPT advice on weapons and ammunition and when the best time to proceed with the crime was. A spokesperson for OpenAI denied any responsibility and said that any information ChatGPT provided could be found online.
The Parma Heights Police Department held a conference today after a student died by suicide at Valley Forge High School on Monday. During the briefing, the police department said there was no evidence of the student intending to hurt others. They also said the gun the student used was a family member's. The high school is intending to reopen on Friday, according to the school superintendent, Dr. Scott Hunt.
A shooting in Teotihuacan left a woman dead and several others injured after a man opened fire in the site, taking his own life. Videos on social media show several tourists fleeing the area after gunfire was heard.
Started to hear people scream, and I looked up, and he was with his gun pointed in the air. Just shooting, at least at first, not shooting at anyone, just shooting. And then my tour guide looked at me and he's like, "Run."
1 Canadian tourist was killed and at least 13 people were injured during the attack, 6 of them being Americans. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum said that federal, state, and local authorities are working on the case, and officials captured a firearm, a bladed weapon, and live ammunition at the scene. The shooting comes as Mexico faces question over its public security during preparations for the World Cup. Hey, a new law might complicate things for smokers in the future. We have the details.
Greetings, loved ones. Let's take a journey.
And although I may be lonely, stick around for what each of the cast members has planned for today.
All that and more on College Voice.
Peace.
Registration for Lavender Celebration is open now. Lavender Celebration is a historic pre-commencement ceremony held to honor queer graduating students. Now hosted by Pride Kent, this event will be held on April 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. in the Kent State Student Center Ballroom, with a community reception at 5. Join us for a free dinner and award ceremony with keynote speakers, and watch the graduates walk the stage and receive our iconic rainbow stoles. Bring your friends, family, and absolutely anyone, regardless of how you identify. Scan the QR code or go to the link below and register today. Registration closes April 20th.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
When you reach for your prescription medications, you trust that the medicine is going to do what it's supposed to do, make you feel better. That trust comes from knowing that teams of doctors, biologists, chemists, pharmacists, and other health scientists at the FDA are working tirelessly to protect the health of the American public by making careful, informed decisions about which new drugs to approve. Find the answers at fda.gov/drugs.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. Changes to Ravenna High School and its school district are coming.
That's right, Lexi. KSTV's very own Lex Rady is at the board meeting where they'll discuss the changes. Lex, what can you tell us?
Good evening. I'm here at Ravenna High School where district leaders are presenting a major plan that could change how students learn across the district. The Board of Education has approved a nearly 97,000 square foot addition to bring all students into one building. That plan comes with a big price tag, about $46 million. The state would cover 76%, leaving the district responsible for around $12 million. Leaders say they'll ask voters this November to renew a levy to help pay for it. If it passes, construction would begin as early as 2028. If not, the district risks losing both state funding and maintenance money. Leaders say the plan could save money and improve education, but it would also mean major changes, including possible school closures. The presentation is open to the public tonight. For KSTV, I'm Lex Rady.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Welcome back, Flashes, and I have a joke for you. How did the cat know about tomorrow's weather? He looked at the forecast. Smart cat. And you'll want to stay tuned for the forecast too. But first, let's look at the temperatures around Ohio right now. We're seeing Akron-Canton at 75 degrees. And as we go all the way down to Cincinnati, 79, beating us by 4, but we have our twin over in Pittsburgh, 75, pretty nice. Getting ready for the draft over in Pittsburgh. I know, I'm from there, and I saw the videos. They're cleaning up the city right now, so period. But as we look into Kent, 75 degrees now. Akron-Canton, still 75 degrees. Pretty nice, upper 70s. As we look into the weekly forecast, look how beautiful. We're Thursday and Friday, upper 70s, reaching 80 on Friday. That's pretty nice. As we look into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, there is a chance of rain on Saturday. Most likely it's going to be in the afternoon, so bring that umbrella. It's going to be like a sprinkle. But as we get into Tuesday, that's the most. You can see that 72. Gonna rain. Bring that umbrella. But I mean, after the weekend, we stay pretty high. I mean, we just dip down into the 40s on the weekend. That's not too shabby. I mean, compared to last week, we were in the freezing zone. So this is gorgeous weather. I'm going outside bringing sunglasses too, because that sun is going to be shining. But that was a look at your full forecast for the week. Be sure to stay updated with KSTV. I'm Lila Hughes, and that was your Wednesday weather.
Thank you, Lila. Amazon is launching a new program to expand access to popular GLP-1 drugs. Amazon One Medical integrates obesity treatments into routine care, combining virtual and in-person visits, prescriptions, and pharmacy services. The goal is to treat weight management as a long-term condition and not a one-time prescription. Medications like Wegovy and newer oral options could cost as little as $25 a month with insurance, and injectable treatments begin around $300 a month.
A new law in the United Kingdom prohibits the selling of tobacco products to anyone born in 2009 or after. This includes vapes and cigarettes, and this date won't change. The law was passed by the British Parliament this Tuesday and is one of the strictest smoking bans in the world. Right now, this law only applies to anyone who is 18 years old or younger, but will progress as the year passes. This idea aims to outlaw smoking entirely for a full generation.
Finished up their third game with the Astros, and we have the details on how the Guards got shut out by the Astros.
Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Hey there, welcome to Kent Core.
Kent Core. Kent Core.
Head core.
To Kent Core.
Good evening, I'm Lillian Glaze, and I'm here to take you through the sports of this week. Starting in Columbus, Ohio is finally getting a team in the National Women's Soccer League as the league announces its 18th franchise. But it's a bittersweet moment for Cleveland. The league passed on the city's expansion bid in 2024, opting instead to head west with an intention to add a team in Denver. Still, women's pro soccer is coming to the state with the new club set to be operated by Columbus Crew ownership, and the team is expected to kick off in 2028. It is officially draft eve, and football fans are counting down the hours to see who their team will call next. All eyes are on the Las Vegas Raiders, who hold the #1 pick in this year's NFL draft. With the top spot, they could take Fernando Mendoza, the national champion quarterback of Indiana Hoosiers football, and he's not the only name to watch. Locally, Arvell Reese and Caleb Downs out of Ohio State Buckeyes football could hear their names called early. Some others are Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame and Francis Mauigoa from Miami. The draft is set to start tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now onto the court. The Cleveland Cavaliers are heating up in the NBA playoffs. Cleveland holds a 2-0 series lead over the Toronto Raptors and looking to stay in control heading into Game 3. For Toronto, it's a must-win if they want to keep the series alive. The Cavs' big three delivered in Game 2 with Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and Evan Mobley each scoring 25 or more. The Raptors kept it close, cutting the deficit to single digits in the fourth, but couldn't complete the comeback. Game 3 tips off tomorrow, and you can catch it on Amazon Prime Video. Now, the Cleveland Guardians dropped the series final to the Houston Astros, falling 2-0 at home. The difference came early as Jordan Alvarez launched a 2-run homer in the first, his major league leading 11th of the season. From there, Cleveland's offense couldn't find an answer, managing just 3 hits on the day. On the mound, Tanner Bybee takes the loss, while Houston starter Peter Lambert silenced the Guardians over 6 scoreless innings. Cleveland had a chance in the fourth, but strikeouts of Jose Ramirez and Kyle Manzardo ended the threat. The Guardians now head to Toronto looking to bounce back in their next series. And unfortunately, that will be all tonight. For more, check out the Kent Stater on all socials and be sure to tune into a brand new podcast episode of the Playbook Podcast and Sports Corner. For KSTV, I'm Lillian Glaze.
We have the cutest details when we come back as the new addition to the Smithsonian National Zoo elephant family is making her debut.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
We've had plenty of professionals come into our campus because they really love the work that students are doing here. Just having that professional experience that we try to mimic every day, I have really been able to say to employers, I've tried this, I've edited, shot, and interviewed plenty of people, and I could be an asset to this newsroom, but I want to learn.
I've also wanted to continue this curiosity of understanding our media world.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
The Smithsonian is celebrating Earth Day a very special way by letting the world see its baby elephant, Lin Mai. Guests can visit Lin Mai on site or by watching her on the zoo's elephant cam. The elephant is a part of an endangered species and her mother rejected her, according to the zoo. But another elephant named Auntie Swarna stepped in to raise her.
I mean, so cute. Now, trolls are invading Clinton, Iowa, but don't worry, they are wooden. The statues are a part of a public art project designed by Danish artist Thomas Dambu. The trolls will be displayed at the local Sawmill Museum. Its director thinks the exhibit will draw tens of thousands of visitors, or so-called troll hunters. The trolls will make their debut on May 1st. I mean, Lexi, are you a troll hunter?
What kind of question is that? Are you a big troll person?
No.
I can't say I am.
I haven't even watched the movie Trolls.
We did mention, though, we were like, what are we going to talk about in the beginning, at the end of the show? You did mention the Frozen trolls.
They are my favorite.
Your favorite
they
kind of
sing,
trolls?
they roll. Yeah. What's your favorite kind of trolls?
I've never seen the Trolls movie, but I do like the ones that truckers will have on the front of their.
Oh,
you know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
I like those. I think those are full of joy and whimsy.
Yeah.
But elephants. What about elephants?
I am about to enter that cam and see the baby elephant because I mean, in the video she was
so tiny.
Joining herself and so tiny, but that's all the time I have for you guys.
Thank you so much for spending your Wednesday evening with us.
For more stories in your community, be sure to check out KSTV.com. I'm Sophia Elena.
And I'm Lexi Blatnick. Have a great night, Portage County.
The end of that was.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool. Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. How could you not love him?